Welcome to China Events, I am Jason. On July 6, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg will convene a meeting in Brussels to discuss Sweden's membership in NATO, to which Turkey, Sweden and Finland will be invited. This meeting, in fact, can make Sweden smoothly become the 32nd member of NATO? The New York Times reported on July 5 that US President Joe Biden told Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Christensen at the White House that he was anxiously awaiting Sweden's admission to NATO. Now less than a week before Biden and other NATO leaders head to Vilnius, Lithuania for the NATO summit, Sweden is still unlikely to join NATO because of Turkish President Erdogan's continued opposition. Reports say the issue of Swedish membership is crucial to NATO, which is reluctant to show signs of internal division at its annual summit, especially as the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues. In the wake of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Sweden broke its decades-long neutrality and sought to join NATO. Last May, Sweden and Finland abandoned their long-held policy of neutrality and non-alignment and applied together to join NATO. According to the relevant procedures, NATO must be unanimous in all member states to absorb new members. If all member states have no objections, then it usually takes 8 to 12 months to complete all procedures to join NATO. More than a year has passed, and Finland, which once applied hand in hand with Sweden, has long since joined NATO. In March this year, the Hungarian and Turkish parliaments approved the bill that agreed to Finland's accession. On April 4 this year, Finland officially became the 31st member of NATO. With Finland's accession to NATO, the situation in the Nordic region will undergo fundamental changes. Russian analysts say that NATO continues to compress Russia's security space, and if it continues to absorb Sweden, it will further intensify the conflict between the US and Western countries and Russia. On the contrary, Sweden, watching Finland to join NATO in an extremely fast and smooth manner, Sweden joined NATO, but the future is still unpredictable. However, although not yet officially joined NATO, but Sweden and NATO side of the military interaction is frequent. Last month 12, NATO launched the Air Guard 2023 military exercise, which is the largest military exercise held since the organization was established. Sweden is not a member of NATO, but also participate in it. All other NATO members except Turkey and Hungary have approved Sweden's application. The Hungarian foreign minister said on the 4th, if Turkey approved, Hungary will also approve. 5. The White House press secretary Karina Jean-Pierre told reporters that Biden will continue to be outspoken about Sweden's membership in NATO, but the final decision depends on the organization's 31 members. For Sweden to join NATO, Erdogan insisted that Sweden must do its homework. According to the German Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung website on July 4, Erdogan's tone toward Sweden has become sharper and indirectly attacked the United States as the NATO summit in Vilnius is still a few days away. The report said Erdogan said after a cabinet meeting in Ankara on the evening of July 3 local time that Sweden must do its homework. Erdogan said that as long as Sweden does not change its attitude toward the separatist group and supporters of the religious figure Gulen, Turkey will not give in. Ankara demanded that Stockholm extradite Swedish citizens considered terrorists by the Turkish judiciary and ban demonstrations displaying the symbols of the terrorist organization PKK. Erdogan accused Sweden of delaying tactics. He also sidetracked Washington. We have seen the target of the dirty tricks using the media. Erdogan was referring to a Reuters report that said there was a plan to bribe Erdogan's son, but that the bribe had not yet been paid. In Ankara, US officials are accused of leaking the story to pressure Turkey. Erdogan again lashed out at Swedish police for approving the burning of a Quran outside a mosque in Stockholm. He said that just as burning a church does not mean freedom, burning the Quran does not mean freedom either. He also used the occasion to launch a full-scale attack on the West. The burning of the Quran is a new manifestation of the hostility toward Muslims and Islam that is spreading like a cancer in the West. According to reports, the United States has made a lot of efforts on the issue of Sweden's membership in NATO, soft and hard on Turkey, but with little success. Since June, Secretary of State Blinken has spoken several times with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, stressing the importance of NATO unity at such a critical time and urging Turkey to immediately support Sweden's accession to NATO. Turkey to immediately support Sweden's accession to NATO. Turkey remained firm, however, and Fidan responded only that Sweden's membership in NATO would cause problems. It seems increasingly unlikely that Turkey will agree to Sweden's membership before or during the Vilnius summit.